Going to. Well, we've been live for the past 7 minutes, but now chat can actually hear us. Hang on.
I realized I never actually finished doing the, stuff for my character, so I have to quickly finish that.
All right.
I've never played this class before.
Yeah, Artificer is fun. Ooh, we've got new image for Sabrina with the new art of Div.
Yep.
Woo!
Oh shoot, that's right.
Here, why don't I do a thing quickly? Because I need to save this to my computer anyway. Why don't I?
That happens
Wanderings
surprisingly
Party.
more than you think.
Div. Do you want a token made out of that art, by the way?
It appeared right in front of me.
No, not yet. Not this one, at least.
Okay, fair enough. But do you mind if I pull up a proper image of it on stream so that people can see?
Yeah, the one I sent to the group.
Yeah. The one you sent to the group is the one I was going to use. That's the one that I saved. Azius, Wanderings Party, Div, boom. Oh, that is very large. Hang on, let's shrink that down. Look at that! Sabrina did this all on her own. Looks amazing.
Woo!
Alright, so, with that being said...
There's a couple extra versions of it that I have yet to finish, but that's the main one.
Enough getting sidetracked with div art and with talking about my book and all that. Let's dive right into it. So, right, the thing I was going to mention. I am currently under the influence of Vyvanse at the moment, which are ADHD medications. I do not normally run session on Vyvanse, so if things are a bit different, if I'm talking loud or fast, faster than usual, or getting sidetracked often with related things as opposed to unrelated things, or getting particularly irritated if you guys are getting too far off track, I apologize beforehand, but that just seems to be what Vyvanse does to me. It does tend to keep me on topic, as opposed to where I can, with my normal ADHD, go from talking about Thistle's backstory to suddenly I'm talking about what I had for breakfast on Sunday the 3rd, 2007.
You remember that?
No, I don't.
You weren't even a year old.
Oh, well.
You weren't even a year old.
I was not even a year old. I do not remember that. Well, I might have been a year old. Depends on which Sunday.
That's true.
Wait, 2000. When were you born? What?
I was born in 2006, June 29th.
Oh!
I am turning 18 in less than a month. 19 days.
I feel so old.
But
Old man.
so I do apologize beforehand for any of that. With that being said, last we left off, you guys ventured through experiencing the fun Harvest Festival occurring within the city of Ignis to celebrate the new year and to celebrate the first harvest of the year, of the season and of the year. It is, the current date is Naton 6th, I believe. Yes, Naton 6th, 1424. And that is, in fact, the day of the Harvest Festival. Sometimes it happens a little bit earlier, sometimes it happens a little bit later, depending on when crops begin planting, but for this year, it is Naton 6th. At least Naton 6th is the start of it, and then it runs for a week. But you spent a while enjoying the Harvest Festival. And then things took a turn for the strange. After a strange situation with various masked figures and a lot of following, the four of you met the man who works in the shadows of the city of Ignis, Arceus Philum, the father of the Shadow Children, and encountered another strange masked figure in an alleyway who was much more, I suppose, intricate than the other masked figures you had seen, who referred to themselves as the Duke of Shadows. Or didn't refer to himself that way, but another person did. Then Barkley mentioned about a base that he had encountered beneath the oasis at the center of the city, and the party made their way there, only to find that it was abandoned. Completely empty, void of people, and heading down the one hall that Barkley had not been down, you found a room splattered with blood. A room with 6, I believe it was, various pods containing unconscious humanoids floating in a strange golden liquid, but one of them was broken. The glass door ripped off and shattered. The golden liquid still wet on the ground, and bloodied creature-like footprints leading from the cage to various broken masks on the floor before moving to one of the other doors in the room. You found an office where notes and records seemed to be kept, and found one book open on the desk, talking about the experiment that you had seen the aftermath of, known as the Chimera experiment, or the Chimera project. The last dated entry was dated a week ago. But there was one more entry that wasn't dated, simply saying that the Duke of Shadows had escaped. The Duke of Shadows being someone that was already affiliated with the Cursed Ones, who Barkley claims that this underground base belongs to. You put the journal in your bag and began to grab some of the other notes along the wall when a voice from the entrance to the office spoke up and asked you what was going on here. You saw a figure dressed in white and blue with a harp on his back. So, what do you say? As he looks at you expectantly.
So he's just staring at us.
He's just finished asking what happened here and is now looking at you, waiting for an answer.
Okay.
You know, I think we're trying to figure that out. Why the fuck are you here?
Yeah. Who the hell are you?
God.
I forgot about that!
How
I
does
completely forgot about that!
I was asked for an interview here.
Dude. Don't take the job.
It ain't worth it.
Not that kind of interview. I document things. And in this case, that was going to be whatever I encountered down here.
Hey, hang on a second. This is my scoop, okay? I do pretty much the exact same thing. This is my shit.
You're
Oh shit! Fight! Fight! Fight!
you're a historian as well?
I wouldn't say a historian, but I mean, I'm more of a news guy.
Hmm. No, we.
This is modern stuff. This isn't history yet.
I was informed it was going to be. It was going to make history. That's why I was coming. I'm no news writer. If you want to release this information to the public, you are more than welcome to. I simply make documents and hand them off to my employer for safekeeping to maintain the truth of time.
All right. I mean, who's your employer?
It changes from time to time. But in this case, it was the Duchess of Ignis, who you would know. Hang on, there we go. Duchess Admani Ignatius, the Duchess of Ignis, is effectively the ruler of all of Asunia.
Armani, you said?
Admani. Admani.
A-D-N-A...
M-A.
Yeah, N-A...
Okay.
N-I.
M, as in
Admani.
monster.
Oh. My bad. Yeah, I literally said it out loud. I don't know why I'm still a little tired. I'm sorry.
You're good. Don't worry about it. She'd asked me to look into some strange happenings and make record of it.
Well, strange is an understatement. If you saw the last room.
Evidently. But what are you all doing here?
Well, I mean, I was hoping we would find out what these fuckers were doing down here, but they're gone, and we don't know where the fuck they went. So,
Evidently so.
I'm hoping to learn something from these papers, maybe.
You said you were sent here by someone. Do you know more about what's happening here? What were you told?
Also, just realized we don't know your name. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Theseus. And what of all you?
Well, my name's
What did he say
Bakri.
his name was?
Theseus. Like the Greek hero.
Yeah, I heard.
Okay.
That time at least.
Not that your characters would know any Greek hero named Theseus, but just for, your guys' sake of being completely aware of what the name I was saying was. Because I know it sometimes...
Yep.
Anyway. Barkley asked who his employer was?
We're past that now, I think.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
who sent him?
Oh yeah, that was Thistle.
Yeah, Thistle was more asking, like, if he was sent here, what was he told about what was going on here?
Okay, got it.
And then we were also going to. He just asked our names and all that.
He asks, what of all you, after introducing himself?
Name's Barkley. Run a local newspaper around here.
I see.
You can call me Thistle.
Thistle, Barkley. His attention shifts to Prosian Div.
Call me Thunderclad.
Thunderclad. And he looks towards Div.
Div is just silent. Isn't really paying, or it doesn't look like they're paying attention to what's going on.
Thistle will just kind of like subtly elbow Div. Bugger wants your name.
Yes, I heard.
What, do you
I
have to
don't
think
know who
about
it
it
is.
now?
I'm not
That's
gonna tell some random person my name.
Well, then
Thistle.
give him a different name. Come on, man.
No. He doesn't need to know.
And this is Sally.
Sally, right.
Sally?
I was sent here by a young noble lad, Ivor. He told me that he'd heard of what I had been looking for occurring down here. He got me in contact with someone who went by a code name, and the code name Princeps, and I was told to come down here and found, well, this.
Do you know who you were looking for?
Princeps said that he'd be meeting me himself.
Well, seems like we're in kind of a similar boat here. You're looking for shit, we're looking for shit. It's clearly not here.
Hey, suppose you're not wrong?
Did you see the other rooms?
No, I moved through the open doors and found you guys here.
There's more to this place, though, right, God?
Yes, there were 2 other doors within this one room, or within the not the office room, but the other room.
The main one.
With all the blood and stuff.
Okay.
That you hadn't opened.
For future reference, if we're gonna be subtle, guys, we might want to shut some doors behind us from now on.
That would certainly be a smart idea.
I mean, were we really trying to be subtle? You said that they'd know we were here as soon as we showed up.
I mean, yeah, they do, or at least someone does. That much I do know. But I mean, at the very least, you know, they won't know where we are exactly. Just saying for future reference.
Well,
That'd
we'll be polite and close doors from now on, but there are more spots to go down here, aren't there?
I did see a few other closed doors.
You got whatever nerdy shit you need from in here, tree bark?
Well, first of all, it's not very nice, but yeah. I got as much as I. Yeah. Wait, no. How much research papers are still? Or are there any more?
There are
lying around.
As I said, it is wall to ceiling or floor to ceiling with
Oh, so like it would take like some serious time to get all this stuff in there.
Yeah. Wall to wall, floor to ceiling of various documents.
Oh shit. Fuck. Okay. How much do I have?
Pardon?
How much research or how many documents do I have at the moment besides for the initial one that we found?
You had said you had just started grabbing documents. You've probably got like 4 besides for the one that was on the desk.
All right, I'll just grab a quick handful and then and then we'll start moving towards the door. Yeah, I guess we should probably get moving before. I would assume. I mean, these got to be important. If they, I don't know. Then I'll just keep moving. Just keep moving.
Okay. You make your way back into the main room. You can see it was exactly as you left it. What do you do? There are two doors, both on the opposite wall. One further to the left is the one that has the bloodied footprints leading up to it, and then the one closer to the right does not.
I think Thistle would probably start heading toward the one that doesn't have the bloody footprints, assuming that wherever the thing went is probably the end all. Might as well see what is there before.
Okay. Does anyone protest?
At the very least, Barclay's just gonna walk up to the door just to see if he can't hear anything behind it.
Roll
They will do the
perception for
same.
me. Both of you.
Okay.
Ooh, not bad. Okay. What is 19.
Not nearly as good. Nine.
What did you say you rolled? Chase?
Is just a 9.
A 9 and a 19. Okay. Well, for starters, you don't hear anything. You place your ear up against the door, try and listen in. You try and hear whatever might be on the other side of that door, but you hear nothing. Div, as you place your ear against the door, try and listen, see if you can hear anything. You hear the faint sound of running water, but nothing else.
There's just water. We'll leave this one for now, Barclay, and we'll come back to it after.
Alright. Okay. Well, then I guess we go through the other door.
You push open the other door. And
Is the other guy following us, just as a note? Is he with us now?
Yeah, he would kind of follow behind you.
Okay.
He's got a notepad and a pen out as he's kind of looking at everything, taking notes.
Can I see what he's written down? Like, from not, but I don't want to like be, super obvious about it. I just want to see if maybe I could peek over his shoulder a little bit.
You see the notes have written down the underground hideout of the Cursed Ones appears to have been ransacked and raided by some creature possibly escaped from their own experiments. A shattered a shattered containment pod implies that whatever they were working on escaped and slaughtered all of them.
Alright, okay. Just need to make sure.
As you push open the door, the one without the blood leading to it, it opens up into a hallway. Various doors. You can see about 3 or 4 doors in the hallway. 4. It's 4 doors in the hallway. One of them is open, and looking through it, it seems to lead into what appears to be a small cafeteria. The other 3 are closed. There's one right at the end of the hall, and then a door on either side of the one at the end of the hall, but on the side walls as opposed to the end wall. The cafeteria door is only a few steps into the hallway.
If no one else does, Thistle will kind of lead the way and gently open all the doors that aren't already open and just kind of peek inside. Not stepping in, but just looking.
Okay.
We will do the same, but not the same doors, obviously.
Pushing open the door on the left wall, you see inside a small room with a kind of small platform in the center and a step up to the platform. The platform is laden with arcane runes that form a sort of hexagon-like shape. The door to the right opens into an identical room, though the runes are different. And the third door opens into another office room, it seems. This office room seems to have been swiftly emptied. Some papers lay scattered about, but it appears like anything of importance was taken.
It was noticeably fast.
Yeah, like you see bits of you see various documents and papers scattered about. You see a knocked over inkwell and quill on the desk.
Alright, Barkley's gonna step in. You never know, they might have missed something.
You and I think the same.
So I'll see if I can't find anything juicy.
Go ahead and roll investigation. You'll get the help action from Theseus, so you can roll at advantage.
Hell yeah. That's a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
A 27.
27. You do find a document that seems to be important. It is a list of entries about a separate experiment. The first is dated back 18 years ago. As it says, we have finally gotten our hands on the subject. It took much persuasion, but now we can begin our experiments. Day 1 reads that the experiment in question was tested thoroughly for crests, and it was found that they did bear one. Specifically, the crest of Ardir, connected to the god of the sun, and also the same crest that the Ignatius family bears, but they are not the only family who bears that crest. It then goes on to describe various experiments testing the limits of said crest, attempting to awaken further power within it. An entry dated about 10 years back describes a successful attempt to awaken further power, being able to goad the now 8-year-old subject into releasing the power of the major crest of Ardir. A major crest is a rare phenomenon where someone is born with an extremely potent version of a crest. It is said that to bear a major crest is to stand closer to the gods than any other. And it is said that the major crests are a mere taste of the power that the original crest bearers wielded. So that they were able to awaken the power, essentially upgrade this subject's crest into a major crest, is not unheard of. There are some people who are born without a major crest and end up developing a major crest, but they are very few and far between. The entries then proceed to go on about the progress of another experiment. A subject in said project being simply referred to as attempt number 327. It goes on to say that attempt number 327 survived, meaning that the methods used should be able to work on the subject of this experiment, who has been dubbed the Duke of Shadows. The subject of this experiment it then goes on to describe that the subject of this experiment undergoes the same process as the survivor of that other experiment in question, and that the process was a success. That the Duke of Shadows now bears more power than anyone in history, beyond the original crest bearers themselves. It does not describe how or why, just simply that the Duke does. The final entry says that the Duke of Shadows is being handed off to the Chimera Project for further enhancements.
Jesus Christ, how much can one fucking guy be just poked and prodded? What the hell?
So, this Duke of Shadows is... a strange turn of events. What are they trying to do?
Well, are you talking about the people down here? In this whatever the fuck this is?
Yes, why are they... I suppose the only word is desecrating the gods' creation. The crests aren't supposed to be experimented on like that. And then to then turn around and do more. What are they trying to create?
I have no fucking idea.
Did Barkley read that all out loud? I do imagine Theseus would have been reading over his shoulder.
I would have been at least reading the important bits out loud as much as I could.
Got it.
I kind of want Prozia to either snatch it or ask for it.
I imagine Thistle's probably been investigating one of those other rooms with the runes this whole time, so she didn't hear shit.
Okay. Which room? The one to the left or the one to the right?
She would have picked one. Hang on. We're gonna go left.
You go one, I'll go the other. I'll go
got
right then.
I've got a coin.
Okay, so Thistle to the left, Div to the right. Thistle, what are you doing to investigate the room with the runes?
So you said it's basically just like a raised stone platform that's kind of hexagonal with runes on it, right?
The runes are hexagonal. The platform itself is rectangular.
Ah, got it. Okay. Are the runes anything that she's familiar with? Any,
You-
like, particular language?
Remind me which room you picked. You said the right one?
The left.
The left. Yes, actually. Not only do you recognize these runes, you recognize the spell.
Ooh.
And more than just the spell, you recognize the target as well. You've seen this used countless times before. This rune opens a portal to the Feywild.
Hot dog.
All right. Cool. Thistle kind of goes still after recognizing this. Is there anything else in the room, or is this it?
That is the only thing in the room.
Looking around, is there any dust? Can she tell, like, if this was a room that was used recently at all?
You can roll investigation, and while you're rolling that, we're going to pan over to Div. What are you doing to investigate the other room, the one on the right?
Honestly, this is just gonna look over everything, see if there's anything that they can recognize or like books that they've kind of come across and whatnot, and if anything, they'll pull out their own notebook and sketch things down as best as they can to show others later.
Okay, go ahead and roll an Arcana check to see if you recognize it. If Thistle had picked the left room, she would have had to roll.
Where is Arcana? Oh, there's Arcana. It's in front of my face. Of course it is. That is a 12.
A 12.
I did not roll very well there.
You're not sure. You can recognize conjuration magic, but that's about it.
Alright, am I able to draw it down?
Yeah. I'll let you copy it down. Natural 20 for 21 for Thistle.
Mm-hmm.
Looking through the room, it is spotless. It is very clean. Even if it hasn't been used recently, it has definitely been upkept up until however long ago the Duke of Shadows escaped.
Are there any funky smells in the area? She's doing the dog thing where she's sniffing around on the ground.
I would say, there's a clinging scent of ash in the air. A familiar scent of ash in the air.
Familiar is in that guy in the alleyway familiar, or familiar otherwise?
Familiar as in, Thistle backstory stuff.
Got it. Okay.
Sorry.
After looking around, she will head back down the hall to the office where the rest of the group is, but we can get to that in a bit.
Okay. Div, you are able to copy down the rune. Is there anything else that you do within the room?
Does there look to be any, like, other doors or hatches or
Not-
something
not-
within the walls?
Not within this room, no.
Alright, now Div will kind of walk back out, probably wave to Thistle, and probably walk up down the hallway a little bit to make sure there's no one around.
Okay.
Thinking
other
about it
than
now,
us. And then we'll join the group.
What was that, Kieran?
thinking about it now, I lied. Thistle totally would have investigated that other room after finding what she found.
Okay. The one that Div just came out of?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
She probably doesn't even look at Div, just go straight past. She's very intent on something.
Roll Arcana for me.
Div just waves. Div will just wave at you as
no
you pass by.
response.
Arcana, Kieran.
Arcana, that's not great. 9.
9. They are... You can definitely tell this is still a plane shift spell. Not plane shift spell, but like a rune that opens a portal to another plane, but you don't recognize what plane it is.
Got it. She will do the same sniff check here as well, see if this room's been used recently at all.
Roll perception for me on your sniff check.
I love rolling perception for sniff checks. 23.
I love the thought of sniff checks. It's the best concept. That's what I was looking for.
This one is like just legitimately a furry goblin.
She's just a little creature.
You said 23?
Yes.
There is definitely a strange scent in this room, something that you don't recognize, something foreign, something alien. It almost smells like decay, but not as potent. If that makes any sense.
Okay, I think I got it. Then, after said thorough sniff check, she will rejoin the group.
Okay. Panning back into the office, as you look through the document, find the information that I gave you. What else do you do?
That's the only thing that we found in this room.
The only thing that seems to be important, a lot of it is written in a language that you don't speak. Like a lot of the other documents left behind. There are also some purchase records of like foods and supplies and stuff.
Okay.
But that's the only document that seems particularly interesting.
Can I take it?
The document?
Yes.
Does
Give it to
Barclay
me.
let you?
From me? Wait, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, from Barclay.
Yep. What did Prosy say something?
Yeah, Rosie probably. Can I see that?
I suppose. Yeah. Here you go.
Go ahead and roll investigation, Prosia, to find what you're looking for.
Okay, which dice do I use? Should I use the gender fluid dice or should I use the eyeball dice?
Eyeball dice.
Eyeball
Which one
die.
kept screwing you over last time?
That was the gender fluid dice.
No, the gender
Usually
fluid
eyeball
dice
dice.
has been doing alright,
Hmm.
but like,
It is
damn.
Pride Month.
it is Pride Month,
True.
and I am gender fluid.
And so is Prosia.
So was Rosia. Investigation, you said?
Yes.
18.
18. You look through. You are confident it contains no mention of what you were looking for.
Okay.
How intent is Prosia like looking through the pages?
Oh, very like very like skimming over like every single page.
Does the Dragonport snoot like press into the paper and you can see like the imprint on the other side?
Yeah, you can tell that they are focused.
All right.
They will just kind of scan over the other documents in the room just to see if there's anything that might seem important.
You don't find anything else important scanning over the documents. This seems to be the only thing that has any relevant information.
Alright, do you mind if I have that paper back? I need it for reference.
Probably like on like the last page or whatever. Yeah, here you go. And they close it. Give it back to Barkley.
You know,
breathing a sigh of relief for whatever reason.
you know, it's really hard to take you seriously right now. It's just you got this whole thing going on right now. It's
What do
definitely.
you mean?
It's just distracting as all. Anyways.
Well, this is while Prosy is like doing like the hand to like the neck, like cut it out, cut it out. Trying to discreetly do it from Theseus.
Anyway, you want to go check out? We should probably go check out those other rooms.
Yeah, we should. Let's go, youngin.
Jesus Christ.
Gotta lean into the bit more now that you've pointed it out.
How dare you?
I know, I'm the worst.
So you're headed back to the main room, then through the door that had the bloodied footprints leading up to it?
I mean, Barkley's gonna start heading towards oh, excuse me, the rune room.
Ah, okay.
Because I mean, Thistle. I didn't know that Thistle had broken off neither or Div.
I mean, we probably would just like bump into them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thistle probably about right
I
now
see.
is finishing up, and so is Div. So you guys like step out of the office room and you see them like about to come into the office room.
What? Why are you guys wandering around on your own in this? But this isn't a place where you just like, oh, let's split up, gang.
It's not like we were outside of shouting distance. I could still hear you.
I guess that's.
It was
What
quiet.
did I say?
You were muttering. You weren't. We could hear you if you were to start shouting, not just
Right.
talking.
Okay. All right. Anyways, is there anywhere else that you haven't checked yet? Yeah.
Are there any other rooms in this area that we didn't check out?
I mean, you guys didn't go into the small cafeteria area, but otherwise, no.
Not really. I don't know what's in that room, and I'm gonna point to the room that Thistle originally went in. But I did get. I don't really understand what is all in this one, but I kind of threw down.
What, you've never seen the makings of a portal before?
A what?
That's what both of those were. They were portals.
Well, I have drawings of the one I went in to determine it, I guess.
Thistle will kind of look between Barkley and Prosia. Oh, and Theseus too. You guys are fucking nerds.
Oh, right,
Do you know what
okay.
the other one is?
Show me.
Thistle just kind of gestures to Div's drawing.
Barkley, Prozia, are you
hold it up.
guys looking at that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll Arcana. Barkley, you can roll at advantage.
Oh.
Because Theseus is giving you the help action.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
It doesn't actually let go of the book, but just like shows it to you. Like holding onto it at the top if you were to like grab it from the bottom, but isn't actually letting go.
Is a 14 for me.
Is- Is this like Fae, Fiend, or Undead and Knights or kind of thing?
This wouldn't count for
Okay.
that.
But that doesn't matter. Arcana, you said?
Yes.
22.
Ooh, 22. Okay.
Great.
Barkley, you're able to get as much information as Thistle. This looks like some sort of portal rune, but you're not sure entirely what plane it should open to. Prosia, I'm trying to think of why you would know this. Probably within...
Love that for you.
Probably within some of the various books and whatnot that the Shadow Children have stolen over the years, you've come across depictions of a similar rune, similar spell. This portal opens into the Shadowfell. In addition, Prosia, you also notice a small rune towards the top of the runic circle that indicates that there is an external item that is needed to open these portals.
You see, this one goes to the Shadowfell. And you need some...
Go ahead, Prosie.
Did you not hear me? And you need some... I don't know what, but you need some to...
Oh,
for it to work.
Like what
bad.
kind of something?
Mm.
Like some sort of portal key. Theseus's accent has
Probably.
changed like 6 times in the last hour.
That's okay.
That's not a Theseus thing, that's a I'm inconsistent thing.
It's okay.
I mean, to be fair, he was Scottish last time, so.
Oh yeah, because we were being invaded by the Scots. I remember this.
There's Scots and other Scots.
Yeah, I apparently can't do a consistent accent today.
That's okay. Who
I mean,
needs
I've mucked up
consistency?
Div's voice already. I've mucked up Div's voice like 4 times already by accident, so.
I just have to do a funny voice.
Like it's a pain in the ass. Okay, it's over it. Don't worry about it.
So... it needs some sort of portal key then. I would assume they took it with them when they fled.
Does this mean that they're not on this plane anymore?
I don't know.
At least some of them, anyway.
They might have, but these kind of runes don't just stick after the first casting. Or, alternatively, they're not the kind of thing that you throw down once and just go. It takes hours to make them stay. Days, weeks even. Which meant they used these frequently.
It seems like the rooms were pretty well kept up, too. All the more evidence that this is something they frequented for whatever reason.
But why? What connection do the Feywild and the Shadowfell have to this? They're opposite sides of the material plane.
Look, this entire trip down here into this fucking weird ass research shit is it's just digging up more questions than answers anyways. I mean, what's another question? Who fucking knows?
I mean, we haven't been to the end of whatever this is yet. There could still be answers wherever that monster is, assuming that it's still here and it hasn't portaled out.
Yeah, but you know, I'm just kind of stalling, trying to make sure we don't go in there yet.
What, you scared?
Yeah, I kinda am.
Can't be that bad. We'll beat the shit out of it. I mean, I know I'm pretty good at beating the shit out of stuff.
You know, I appreciate your confidence. It's a little bit infectious, I must say, but still a little scared shitless.
I mean, yeah, it's good to be careful, but there's no point in just lingering here wasting time. What if that thing is finding a way to get out?
Yeah.
There was water. There could be some sort of underground river that it went to.
Yeah, they got a
Or
boat
it
now.
could
They're
lead
leaving.
up to. It could also lead from like a stream from the oasis. We are underneath it, after all.
Did,
Well, I
I'd
guess
say we
this
go check
all-
it.
Did this all describe the rooms like with the hexagonal with like the rectangle in the middle? I'm remembering that correctly, right?
Yeah, there was
Thistle,
a rectangle in the
Thistle
middle.
hasn't said anything about the room that she went in. She has been very specifically quiet about that so far.
Okay.
There's a rectangle in the center with the runes on the runic hexagon on it, and then a step up to the up onto the platform. And there's nothing else in the room.
Okay.
Prozia can easily glance through either of the doors and see words. Hang on. The platform itself is very large. It's probably a good 10 feet by 5 feet.
And the only thing is like for the portal.
Yeah, that is the only thing in that room.
Okay.
For both of those portal rooms.
Well, I guess there's only one way to go now.
I mean, there's always the option to turn back.
Yeah, but that doesn't really feel like a valid option, to be honest. Not after what we've seen today.
Not in the slightest, no.
We can fuck some shit up. Come on, it'll be fine. You worry too much.
It'll be great. It'll be great. Div's gonna start down the hallway to the door.
Okay.
Thistle will follow.
You guys are too excited for this.
I'm bored. What do you expect?
Been a while since I've had a good challenge.
You approach the door.
Ziva will wait for everyone else to catch up and like kind of open it and then like crack it a little bit and then peer inside to see if there's anything lurking.
You don't see any living creatures lurking. What you do see is a large white hallway with another door at the end. The door having been knocked off its hinges and opening into another room.
And more bloody footprints?
Bloody footprints partway through the hall before they are washed away by there is a hole in kind of the glass alongside one of the walls, and that is where the running water is coming from, as it seems to be kind of rushing into the room through the hole. It then flows into the opposite hall, or the opposite room in the hall, and does not really seem to be much more than ankle deep at the moment, which, given how fast it's coming through the broken hole in the window, seems very recent.
I have just shut off my computer. We're back though. I heard that, by the way. I quickly turned it on my phone.
You don't see much from where you are of the other room, but it seems to be trashed. torn apart.
Is there any sounds coming from the end of the hallway?
Not that you can hear right now.
Alright. Dev will just open the door the rest of the way, kind of look around, and then just step into the hallway. Avoiding the bloody footprints.
Okay.
This will follow, though there is a subtle sort of hesitance that belies all of her bravado from before.
Does Barkley notice this?
Probably, given his passive insight.
Fair enough. You scared?
Oh, fuck no, I never get scared.
Who wouldn't be scared?
Me.
That's what I'm saying. Bullshit.
You've got no proof.
Well then, you know what? You go right ahead. I'm right behind
going.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going.
Do you want to get going?
Div is halfway down the hallway at this point.
Ah, shit, spooky. And
As
Thistle
they
will
get closer
hustle
to the
after.
door, they'll draw one of their rapiers out. It's specifically, they have two on them. Especially now once they got into the room, you kind of notice both of them they've put both of them on themselves instead of in from wherever they took them out from. But they'll just draw one that's been attached to their back.
Okay.
Just pull it out.
Prosia, Barkley, do you guys follow?
Yeah. I'll be right behind Thistle.
Okay.
Because I would have died like 10 times by now.
It's not
Just
catching up my
constantly-
old man voice. I went, yeah.
I heard it from the other room, but not through my headset. It was kind of terrifying.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
The
Fucking ghost
microphone
in
does
the
not
walls.
like picking up that voice.
So you move down the hall, stepping through, wading through about ankle height of water. It does kind of the hall is slightly slanted downwards, which kind of explains why the water's not heading back the way that you came.
Really quickly, the little stream of water, is it small enough that Div could hop over it as to not get their feet wet? Or they have to go through it?
You would have to go through the water leading into the room.
Okay.
Which the whole room is about ankle height of water on the floor.
Ew. Okay.
Hang on. Okay. As you enter into the room, you see it's a very odd room. There are chains attached to walls. It almost looks like a dungeon room if it weren't for how sleek and white and clean it is. Or it would be clean, but blood splatters these walls as well. Fresh blood. There are, you see, 12 sets of chains attached to the back wall, or 12 spots for chains. A number of them have been torn off. A small counter, or a small desk in one corner that's been thrown aside and split in half. Shattered glass vials and various instruments scatter the room. Instruments as in, medical instruments, not musical. And laying in the center of the room is a body. A dead body with a mask. A half-broken ceramic mask.
So this is the one body that we found throughout this entire
Correct.
This entire place. Shit.
You see no other entrances or exits to the room, but you also see no place that something could hide. The body on the floor appears to be an adult male human with kind of short brown hair. The mask itself, an intricately designed mask that's kind of mostly white with a kind of almost floral design around the eyes. But it has been broken in half, revealing one of his eyes, which are this kind of iridescent blue. He's dressed in the same black cloaks that you've seen associated with this group, but the cloak has been torn and is bloodied. The wounds themselves are hard to identify what caused them, but he has these kind of various bloodied wounds all over him. They look like they were some sort of slashing or piercing weapon, as he lays dead in the water.
You said that in the main room with all the blood, the footprints of whatever monster got let loose were basically paw prints, right?
They were...
They weren't humanoid.
They definitely weren't humanoid, no.
Are there any of the same footprints in here?
Unfortunately, the blood has been... whatever blood might have been on the floor has been washed up by the water and now just makes the water
I forgot about the water.
crimson red. But the footsteps leading to the hallway and through the hallway up until it reaches the water were identical.
Okay.
And as a note, this man's feet are distinctly human.
Are there any, like, small pieces of rubble or debris nearby?
There is the, broken in half, fucking desk.
Thistle will go over and, like, try and quietly root around for some smaller chunk of it and, like, throw it at the dead guy to make sure that he's actually dead before approaching him.
The dead guy does not react.
Okay, then she will get a little bit closer and try and see if there's any more details to be made out by the wounds on his body, or if there's anything worthwhile in his pockets.
Yeah,
Well-
is there a desk in here?
For the third time, there is a desk that has been thrown aside and broken in half.
Oh. Sorry.
You're
We're good listeners, we swear.
Damn right.
This will go ahead and roll me a medicine check for investigating the wounds and an investigation check for checking the pockets.
Natural 1 on the medicine, total of 2. And you said investigation?
Yes. This might be fire.
Damn. Really not much better on the investigation. 4.
4. He's got a couple gold coins. You can go ahead and add 3 gold to your inventory.
Rolling in the bank.
You find a couple other things, but they don't seem interesting, so you leave them.
Can Dim also look over the body for anything?
You can also roll investigation if you would like.
Let's see. 15 plus 7 is 22.
22. You do find in one of his pockets, one of the items that Thistle had disregarded is a wand. Thistle, you just thought it was some weird stick. You weren't sure why he had it in
He's
his
just
pocket.
carrying around a stick for no fucking reason.
But Div, distinctly, you recognize small runes carved into it. This is an arcane wand, magical, enchanted.
Can I see what? Can I try and figure out what it does?
You can roll Arcana, or if you have the Identify spell, you could cast that.
I do not.
Okay, so
I'm
go
just
ahead and
gonna-
roll Arcana.
Not great. Arcana. That's 13.
13. You're not sure. It's a wand. You can cast spells through it. Barkley.
Wait, I have identify.
Oh.
Ooh.
I didn't realize that I did.
All right. Well, in that case, Div will probably mutter out loud, "Magic," like something about magic stick. Like you can't really tell what they say, but they say the words magic and stick in the same sentence. So.
Okay, here, hey, I got it.
Oh, here.
I can figure out what it does.
All right, here, and Div will just hand it to you.
What is everyone's passive perceptions, by the way?
19.
14.
Okay.
14.
14, 19. Div?
12.
12, okay. Barkley, you take the wand. Are you casting Identify now?
I was going to, yeah.
Okay, I will
Identify
remind you.
takes a bit, yeah.
Yeah, that is a minute of casting time.
Oh, yeah, okay, well then I would, yeah, I'll wait then.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I still have the stick then. It's
Okay.
my stick.
Gotcha. Barkley, then I assume you instead mentioned, like, oh, I can look over that when we get out of here. Instead?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Barkley, almost as soon as you're done saying that, you hear a faint cracking sound from the hallway.
There's nowhere to hide in here. I'm pretty sure you said there was nowhere to hide in here.
Yes. It
Fuck.
sounds like glass cracking.
I'm pretty sure that's the only encounter, so I won't think.
And it's in the and just specifically in the hall we were just in.
From the hall that you came from, yes.
I'll quickly open the door and look out.
I will remind you, the door was torn off its
There
hinges.
is no door.
Oh yeah, that's right. There is no door.
There is no door.
Do you
I'm
think
a
there's
real-
furniture? There's not. It's broken.
Oh, by the way, is there a desk in here?
I remember hearing about like an unbroken desk that's like in the middle of the room.
Yeah, it's like floating.
Oh my god. Barkley, you look back to the hall that you came from, and you see, from the hole in the glass where the water is coming from, cracks have begun to spiderweb out.
Oh shit. We'd better get the fuck out of here. As soon as I said that, I start moving out of the.
Wait,
like,
shit.
out of
What?
the-
Why?
Just get out of here. Let's go.
Barkley,
What's going on? Okay.
The crack. The
This was
crack.
just-
Let's go.
Cocaine.
You, as you guys begin to move, you all hear a much louder glass cracking, breaking sound as another spout of water begins to rush into the room.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, no, I see it. Thistle will begin hustling out.
Shit. Hold on. What does that do? Sorry. Let me check something.
Oh, someone should probably grab that body just in case.
Why? He's fucking
Oh, no.
dead.
Oh well, dude, yeah, we already searched it. Never mind. Let's go.
What if I want? I take his mask actually. Mine
Okay.
now.
You take
Yoink.
the broken mask. Got it.
Yes.
You guys begin to move. You're able to fairly quickly, fairly easily get back to the room where the massacre had occurred.
And I will quickly shut the door.
Okay.
You mentioned that the room that we just went to was like, it was further down than this main room, right?
Correct.
Okay. Does there seem to be any threat of the water getting up to the main room?
Well, considering that the water is coming from the Oasis Lake, which is huge, and that
Probably does, yeah.
and that there is a crack under the door, and the slant is not a lot, only a bit of a slant. Definitely a chance the water will get in here.
Shit.
So, I know the spell Air Bubble is a willing creature. Can I count the glass as
No.
a creature in this situation? Damn it.
No, you cannot.
Air Bubble the glass. That sucks. Alright. Well, Div is going to slightly start just beelining for the exit. A look of panic is slightly visible on their face to anyone that sees it.
What, we're not gonna find a way to stop that? We're just gonna let all of this fucking drown?
I mean, do you got anything that can stop it?
Not in the slightest. I don't know, we might have to follow them through those portals or something. It would suck to lose those.
I mean, I don't know what else to do.
Barkley, you hear more cracking from the hallway.
It's either we get out of here now or we drown in here.
Fine, no, I get it. I'll figure it out later. Thistle will follow Div and hustle out.
I'm assuming Barkley took a bunch of took all the documents, or at least Theseus did.
Theseus grabbed a handful, but there are still a number within the office room.
Yeah, but majority of the ones that are important. What's lost is lost.
I would make the argument that because they weren't looking over each of the documents, they aren't entirely certain which ones are and aren't important. But they grabbed maybe an eighth of the documents within the room.
Since I do have the ability to, bonus action dash and dash a bunch, do you think I could theoretically make it a time to...
You would have the highest chance in the party to make it in time.
You know what? I'm gonna stop booking it.
Okay, so while everyone else is running for the exit, you make your way to the office to grab more documents?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do this.
Uh-oh. That's definitely a good phrase
All
in
that
that
time.
No, I don't know. Hang on. Sorry, I need to find the right music for this.
Oh no.
When's Risley when you need him? Just have him, ice the door.
Rosie is gonna drown session 3.
Rip.
Sure, we'll use this.
Oh no.
So, as everyone else makes for the exit, Procyon, you turn and begin to make your way for the office.
Are you telling anyone you're doing this, or are you just going?
Literally, in a split second, probably just starts booking it. Probably not gonna... Maybe saying something like... I don't even know if it's saying anything, if it's actual words. Maybe something more like, there's more documents, and then just running.
Okay.
It could take people a while to even process what he said.
Okay. So, here's the thing. I basically never use the carrying capacity rule. However, I think it makes the most sense in this situation to utilize that to kind of put a gauge on how much you can carry out of here. So, your inventory should currently have listed how much you are carrying.
What is, like, okay, yeah, it does. I'm just like, why do I have so much shit?
Your maximum carrying capacity is your strength times 15, so it'll be 120. How much are you carrying right now?
It says 26.9 pounds.
Do you have your backpack equipped?
I don't, I guess.
Okay.
I have my backpack, but I don't have it equipped. Should I equip it?
Yes.
Or no?
Equip it and then give me your total.
Okay, 74.4 pounds.
74.4. So you have about 45 pounds, 45.6 pounds of carrying capacity that is unused. In the rules of 5e, a book... Jesus Christ, really? A book is listed as weighing 5 pounds.
What?
What the fuck?
What kind of...
Depending on the book, it's more like they're probably describing more of like a tome, sort of like textbook, encyclopedia sort of book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Those
just
can
a
be pretty
giant,
hefty.
my guy's got the whole entire dictionary in there.
The entire Lord of the Rings series.
I am
That's more than
over and
5
over
pounds.
again.
I am going to say that a book will that each of these documents will weigh 2 pounds.
Okay.
Which means you can grab 22 documents. However, I will also make the argument that you can only grab 5 per quote-unquote turn.
5 as an action, or like action bonus action?
We'll call it an action. How many turns do you want to spend grabbing documents? It would take 5 turns to grab all of them.
Would I be able to hear, like, have any auditory clues, like, as I progress into the turns of, like, how much time I would have left?
You can roll a perception check at the top of each of your turns. At this point, the running water is audible. So you also have a gauge with that. But unless the whole window shatters, you wouldn't be able to hear breaking glass without a high perception roll. With that being said, let's go through this turn by turn. So, turn 1, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Turn 1 would be like as you turn and dart into the office and begin to grab your books.
Okay, perception. That is going to be an 18.
18, okay. With an 18, you can hear as the water does seem to start running even faster as you begin to grab books. I presume you are grabbing 5 books with this turn?
Yes.
Okay. At the top of the next turn, roll me perception.
Another 18.
Okay. You hear the water once again rapidly picks up pace. You gather another hole has appeared in the window, and you quickly glance out the office as you go to grab more books, and you see water is beginning to come through beneath the door. Do you use your action to grab another 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll perception at the top of turn 3.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Oh,
For a
yeah?
total of
Hell yeah.
24.
24. You hear rushing, or you hear the water pick up pace again, and then you almost missed it, but you hear it pick up pace rapidly twice in a matter of like a second, half a second. You are certain that 2 more holes have just appeared within the glass, and glancing in, the water is beginning to creep further into the main room.
So grabbing all 5 is an action, but I still have my bonus action, correct? So I could hypothetically grab it and then use my bonus action to start dashing.
Yes.
Okay, then that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. So you managed to grab 15, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. You managed to grab 15 extra documents as you turn and dash. As the water begins to rush further and further into the room, you get to the kind of lounge entrance room as you hear a loud shattering echoing from behind you. You notice water begins rapidly rushing into the room as you quickly make your way to the entrance hall where you would first come down. Where would the rest of you have waited for Prozia before ascending the ladder, or would you have started climbing?
Yeah,
He would have waited at the bottom.
Okay,
yeah,
Div waits at the
Barkley would have
bottom.
waited.
Barkley
Anxiously
waits.
waiting, but waited.
And this
Thistle, at the very least, has started climbing because she knows it's going to take her longer than anyone else.
Okay. You
Oh,
do.
yeah, that's right.
You do see your companions, and you all begin to start ascending the ladder. You gather if Inoa had been, or if Prozia, sorry, had been a little bit longer, even another 12 seconds, this would have been a much closer call. However, Prozia was smart about this, and you guys are able to begin to ascend safely. As you make your way back up to the surface, you kind of glance back down as you're ascending, and you see water beginning to enter even the main entrance hall. But you return to the surface safely.
Fuck.
Div would have been the last one to start climbing.
Okay.
So once they get up, they'll almost slam the hatch down with their foot and then immediately sit on top of it.
Got it.
Kind of their head down. They're not really looking at anyone, but they're completely sitting on top of it, and their head is just almost down in front of them, and they're just completely unblinking.
Well,
Theseus kind of heavy breaths, glances between the 4 of you. Well, that was certainly something. I should go report to my employer that this direction of research was inconclusive. But maybe I'll see you around.
Yeah, if we do, I wouldn't mind comparing notes about the cursed ones if we do see you.
If I find more, I am certainly willing to compare notes if we see each other again.
Fair enough.
Until next time, all of you.
Thistle just kind of gives a half-hearted wave, but is busy pacing around looking generally aggravated, but not really saying anything.
Okay.
Prosia, like, probably immediately after, like, ascending the ladder, is probably really out of breath, like, on the ground, like, just, like, trying to catch their breath.
Not gonna lie, that was a little crazy, Prosia.
Stacy's still there.
Athesia has
Did
walked
you-
away.
Okay, has walked away.
Mhm.
I'm trying to do, like, a British out-of-breath voice. Trying to figure out how that sounds.
As everyone knows, Brits don't get out of breath.
Yeah, it's never happened once.
Are in fact invulnerable.
I've just never heard a British person out of breath, or I don't remember. Harry Potter was probably out of breath a lot.
And therefore they don't actually get out of breath. Like you've never seen it, so it doesn't happen.
British people can run forever. That's why we need to avoid them at all costs.
It's why they only use knives over in Britain.
That's how they colonize everybody.
That's fucking
Crazy.
colonizing.
That's why they're so good at it. You can't get them out of.
The amount of time it took to go from just, funny little quick sentence to colonization.
Listen, I see an opportunity to make fun of the Brits. I take it. They deserve it.
You're not wrong, but the amount of time it took was, 3 seconds? Not even?
We spiraled. Anyway, Prosia, do you think?
We needed more of those documents.
And I appreciate that.
That was kind
I
of
sure as
stupid,
hell would've
Shifty.
done it.
I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't have done it.
Well, I am a fast runner, so, and also have both working legs.
I'm just gonna choose to ignore that one for now.
Yeah, that one was just an observation. That wasn't an insult
Yet,
or
I know.
anything.
I know.
Yep.
I'm not
Alright.
saying anything.
All right. Look at you growing.
Don't push your luck.
All right.
The documents that I managed to get, can I skim through them?
You gonna do that here in public?
Well, where
Just
else
look
are we
over
gonna
what they
go?
say. Yeah, I want to see what I just risked my life for.
We're still hidden in the bushes.
Yeah, we're still hitting bushes.
I
What?
hope it's shitty fan art.
What languages does Persia speak?
Not that many. We've got Common and Infernal.
Common and Infernal. Okay. You glance at the documents. Of the 15 you grabbed, only 3 of them are written in a language you can read. 2 of them in Infernal, 1 of them in Common. The 2 Infernal documents, One of them describes a correspondence between two people, code names. Where are the code names? Hang on, there it is. Code names Mishu and Igitus.
Ayo. Ayo.
The other infernal document describes. This one is really old. It is dated nearly 40 years ago. And describes the title of princeps being passed on to a new person as the previous princeps had died. The document written in common describes a working relationship with someone referred to as the Father. The document describes providing him the materials to create his own crests, and the last entry reads, "The Father has betrayed us. Do not trust him. Do not trust his people."
I wonder who that could be.
He will only
Oh,
get
boy.
in our way.
That can only mean good things. Don't worry about it.
Prosia will give the rest of the documents that they can't read to Barkley. And probably while like reading, like they don't say anything out loud, still trying to catch their breath, and the only thing that they say after reading a little bit, specifically, like probably like more skimming over the first two, but the last one, they finally say something like probably along the lines of like, God damn it.
What'd you see? You got anything?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that was in character. I thought my mic cut out. Just give me a little bit.
Fair enough. I'm gonna look to see if any of these are written in Elvish.
You do find another 3 documents written in Elvish.
Oh, snap.
The top part of all 3 documents describe that the document in question is a copy. That the original is not held with the people who hold this document. One of them describes a process of many test subjects and attempting to force a second crest upon them. It describes that every single one of them burned from the inside out.
Oh, yucky.
God.
The second Elvish document, also a copy, reads reads, "The location of the dagger Thanatum has been located. We must attempt to goad the escaped into retrieving it for us."
Into the escaped?
Goad the escaped into retrieving
Oh.
it for us.
Okay, I see. Go to the escaped.
Goad the escaped.
Oh, goad. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Convince.
Gotcha.
Persuade, manipulate, whatever wording you want to use. The second one then goes on to mention, and the first entry of that document, with the location of Thanatum having been found, is dated to a couple months back. The next entry, dated to maybe 2 weeks ago, 3, says the dagger has been located, opened, and retrieved. Unfortunately, the escaped saw Princess leave with the dagger. The next entry, dated a couple days later, reads, the shield, Apatai, has been located. Once again, we must go to the escaped into retrieving it. And the next entry reads, the escaped has stolen the shield. Find him, kill him, get the shield. And that is where it ends. The third document simply reads, we have reason to suspect that the Princess of Shadow is in contact with outside forces. Do not allow her to escape. In fact, this one appears to be a letter, as it goes on to say, Igitus, no matter what you do, do not let the Princess of Shadow escape. And the last line just reads, her crest is too valuable.
Well then. So we got the Duke of Shadows and the Princess of Shadows now?
Yes. Though it was Duke of Shadows, plural, and Princess of Shadow, singular.
Understood. Gotcha. Okay.
That's a major difference.
Now I have 3 more.
Damn. Well, I mean, we got information that points to nothing, but I mean, they were looking for relics. That much not relics. What was it?
It was a dagger and a shield. And can I actually have a history check?
Okay. Yeah.
Did you say any of that, like, in a way we could understand, or did you just kind of, like, mutter it in... Or did you read any of that out?
For the most part, he was just muttering through it, but he would have gone through the important stuff, like the he would have said like the Princess of Shadow at the very like he would have told you about the Princess of Shadow now.
Is that familiar in any way?
Princess of Shadow is not familiar, no.
To any of us?
No. Not to any of you.
It is a 14 history.
History 14. Both Apatai and Thanatum are familiar names to you. They were the cursed relics wielded by the heretics during the War of Heroes.
Okay, so they're looking for the cursed relics.
It seems that way, yes.
Yeah, the cursed ones are going for the cursed relics, you guys.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Damn.
Whoa.
Who would have guessed?
Mm-hmm.
I know what. I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we've got they have one of the relics. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, they according to that, they have Thanatum.
Okay.
They know who has Apatai.
But they've lost who it is.
They've lost the they have lost the shield.
According to this.
Yeah, they have lost the shield, but they know who has it.
Yeah.
They just don't have access to them.
Referring to them as the Princess of Dark.
No.
Or the Princess
referring
of
to
Shadow.
No. Referring to them as
Oh.
the Escaped. The
The Escaped.
The Princess of Shadow was from another document. It was from the third.
Got it.
There is no mention of the third cursed relic, Domi, however.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to my brain's shuffling all the information together.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
So they're looking for relics now. And they've got one of them, but they lost the other. There's a lot of players in this. What? Good fucking god. This is just a tangled web of bullshit.
I can't remember which plants get into fights all the time.
So if they're looking for these cursed relics, wouldn't it make sense to try and find whatever ones they don't have before they do?
Well, they...
I believe the one that we got today was one of them.
That was a cursed relic?
Why would they be after it, if not a cursed relic?
We just handed it over to your creepy dad. Fantastic. That's totally what I wanted to do.
They... And yeah, we didn't know of a... And these were gauntlets, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And there was no mention of any gauntlets before. In fact,
in
these
no
were manufactured.
In no history lesson that you've ever had has a pair of gauntlets been mentioned as a relic.
Right. And whenever they were selling it off, they specifically said it was a copy.
They referred to it as a faithful replica.
Faithful replica. Okay. Well, these, yeah, we've never heard of them before, or at least I haven't. Whatever the hell they were.
Yeah, I got no clue. This is out of my ballpark.
What the fuck's a ballpark?
I don't fucking know either. I just heard somebody say it once and thought it sounded cool. Leave me alone.
Fair enough.
What time of day is it?
It's probably mid-afternoon at this point.
Honestly, you gotta think.
Well, I've learned something else. Father used to work with this group of individuals. I'd figured when we stepped inside, but this describes a working relationship.
Look,
And
if we're gonna talk about your dad, we should probably go somewhere a little bit more private.
NASA things out in the government.
okay.
You got any ideas on where that would be?
I mean, either we could always go to an inn. We could go back to my establishment. We could go back to Prosia's establishment. Where?
No, we won't be going back to that warehouse. Not
All
with
right.
this.
Fair enough. Div, you got a place?
Div just shakes their head.
Okay, fair enough. Thistle, you don't. I would assume probably you probably don't have anywhere either.
Hell no.
Yeah, I didn't figure. You didn't seem like the person to be. Anyways, so pick your poison.
I mean, you've got a place here, you said. Yeah, why not just use that?
Yeah,
Unless there's, people listening in the walls.
No, not as far as I know.
Not as far as you know.
I mean, I haven't checked the walls in a while. I mean,
Maybe you should.
The most you're gonna find are a couple rats, maybe. I do a pretty good job at making sure there ain't no food just laying around, so they don't have really any reason to go into my
Can we just,
into my.
you know,
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I'll-
walk and talk. Walk and talk.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So I guess we'll head towards the establishment of Barkley's Bad News.
Okay. We're going to call break there.
Yippee!
We will be back at 15 past the hour. We'll be back at 15 past the hour. So yeah, I'll see you guys then.
Fair enough.
Yippee!
I am hungry. I'm hungry.
It's just
Wah.
Nah.
Nah.
No.
No.
I believe I expressly said it. That it was, no.
I see.
Yeah.
I am getting to the point where the Vyvanse is wearing off and my brain is moving incredibly slowly right now.
Yeah, you're starting to
no.
get lethargic.
So we may have
Yeah.
to end a little early.
I would be perfectly fine with that because I am still exhausted.
Mhm.
So
That's okay. I'm good with whatever.
Yeah,
We're
like-
gonna keep going for now.
okay.
Inoa's still not back.
It's real soup hours.
Yeah, it's real good soup hours.
Good soup.
Good soup.
We'll see.
Oh, excuse me.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh God, excuse me. I'm sorry. I freaking I freaking scarfed that food down. I was very hungry.
I have mine with me, but it was spaghetti, and it was left in the water, so it's wet noodles,
Oh.
and that kind of has now made the meat sauce
All
watered
soupy.
down.
Yeah.
Yucky.
That's pretty gross. I'm sorry.
A little bit.
Upsetting.
But I gotta see if like there's a bigger salon.
Well, yeah, so that was.
I forgot to ask whenever we first started session. How's everybody doing today?
Pretty good. All right.
Yeah.
I am certainly alive.
Damn.
Um,
We got the whole range here today.
We got the whole gambit.
Mhm. I, as I said earlier, got some writing done. So that's good.
Hell yeah.
I've been drawing like a fucking madman all day.
As usual.
There. And no, I'm existing.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's it. That's good.
That's step one.
I'm now eating wet spaghetti noodles, so we're good.
That
I guess.
is-
I'm sorry for your loss.
That part isn't great, but
Really, but you know what? It's food, and I'm hungry because I kind of didn't eat much all day.
yeah. Oh. Excuse me.
It doesn't help that there was too many like weird spices and flavors added to the meat sauce. So now not only does it taste just like kind of wet and watery, there's also just random spices that are just barely peeking through that don't fit at all.
Sorry,
Yikes.
Kieran gave me hella soup.
Man,
You could have stopped me.
I was walking out and you were like getting another like whole cup full of soup into my
You
bowl.
could have said something, you fucking goo.
oh damn! got called the G word.
You fucking
Silly goose.
silly. You're
No,
silly. You're
no.
silly.
Whoa, guys, we're all friends here. Jeez.
Calm down, you're both silly.
Are we? Because I'm pretty sure Talon got dead last week.
Yeah.
That is. I mean.
And you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I
Literally
died.
everybody except for you.
Yeah.
Which seems to be a running theme.
Still puts a target on your back. Be careful.
Yeah, they'll never find the body.
Ain't that the way?
I just don't piss people off. Well, I don't piss people I like off. Except if it's Talon, because I can get away with it.
I don't try to.
Anyway, I believe you guys were headed back to the locale of Barclay's Bad News.
That is
Yep.
the case.
Okay.
Yupperoonies.
Barclay, as you lead them there, what does the building look like?
Well, the way I thought of it was like it's kind of a little, it's like a little tiny, the actual like where the business is run is, it's like a little building squeezed in between two bigger buildings. And it doesn't really look like much. Like it's not a big operation. But you got a little sign out front that does say Barclay's Bad News. It's a little bit, it doesn't look particularly well made, or at least it's not well maintained. And it's not super, what do you call it, eye catching.
Fair enough. So you lead them inside.
Yeah, just don't mind too much about the mess. Not many people come in. Not many people come into the shop anymore. I mainly just sell the newspapers on out at the stand.
You're good, man. I don't give a shit. Roof is a roof.
Fair.
Div just kind of shrugs.
You can like check out.
Do you guys want anything?
Oh, so. Hold on, I'll send it to you.
Is there like a couch in the main area, or really anywhere to sit?
Oh, I mean, in the downstairs area, there's just, it's mainly just a counter, and a couple like newspapers out in the shelves, but that's pretty much it. There's not much in the main room. But there's places to sit upstairs if you wanna head up there.
Thistle will go up to the counter, clear a spot, and definitely struggle for several more seconds longer than is necessary to get up on the counter and just sit there, kind of kicking her little legs.
I have a stool if you need
I'm
it.
already up here. I've already done it. Should have been
Okay,
faster.
I'm sorry. Well, sorry.
Anyway, you had something about your creepy dad?
Oh yeah, Prosia. I don't think anyone's ever really gonna be able to. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to hear us here.
Wait, how long was your internet?
Can I very paranoidly? That's not a word. I just made it up.
All words are made up. You do you, boo.
Let's go.
In very chance-like fashion, check everything. Like this
Roll
entire.
investigation.
I miss him.
Yeah. Webster's is gonna get on that real quick. Okay. They are currently putting it in the dictionary.
You got that one.
That one, you find nothing.
Oh. I'm just gonna say Prosia is very distracted at the moment. Um, they kind of just instead of finding anywhere to sit, they'll just lean against a wall, very brooding like. I found out that father used to work with the cursed ones before betraying them.
Oh,
I said so.
yeah, that's not good.
I send it or I send it.
What did the end of it say? Like,
It said not to trust him or his people.
yeah. Okay, that's what it was. That's right. Did it say any way about how he had betrayed them?
No, it just simply said that the father has betrayed us.
And was that dated at all?
No.
Okay. It doesn't give any dates or specifics, but it would make it understandable as to why they didn't want, us to have those gauntlets earlier.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, let me ask you this: do you remember doing any like shady jobs for your father whenever he was? I mean, anything in particular?
I mean, you know the line of work.
Yes,
You
I
learned
understand.
what I've done before.
Yeah,
I don't think anything quite like this.
No.
Like, yeah. But, nothing like this.
nothing out of the norm.
They look like as if they're about to say something, but kind of like look away.
So, okay, I haven't been here long, not familiar with the whole relic thing. What do people do with relics when they're not being, like, traded or stolen for evil shit? Like, are they just kept somewhere? Are they somebody's responsibility?
Do you need clarification on that, Chase?
Or what on what relics are used for?
Yeah.
I mean, as me, Chase, they are the extremely powerful magic items, right?
They're extremely powerful weapons or arcane
Yeah.
focuses wielded by the 18 18 most powerful noble families in the world. That is 6 per nation. And they are used as a means of defense. They are typically used to fight to protect those noble families' peoples. Sometimes they are used in war, but very rarely will you see more than 1 or 2 relics on a battlefield.
Okay. Would you care if I just I use that as as my description?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So do we gotta give this back to some rich bitch? Because I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be in Creepy Dad's hands.
Well,
If he was
I mean,
actively working with the people that we're trying to stop before, then he's probably got similar goals now.
yeah, but the thing here is that one, the one that we gave to the father, it wasn't one that we know of, or at least I know of. I've never heard anything about it, and it's a
They called it
replica.
yeah, which
Yeah.
means that it's not real unless it's got some kind of magic bullshit to it, which I can't tell. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah. I mean, well, the thing is that you picked it up, right?
Yeah, it's heavy as shit.
Yeah. Not for everybody.
It wasn't heavy for me, and that's how relics react.
Oh shit, you're not just built as fuck? We gotta arm wrestle sometime.
No, it Prosy is born with privileges.
I do have a crest.
Is that how all the relics react to crested people? Is that just actually like basically a relic now?
As far
Who
as I
decides
know,
that it's a relic?
That's like
as far as I know, the relics are only useful if you have the proper crest assigned to that relic,
and I got down to
Oh
right?
shit, you gotta match them? Gods.
I am remembering that correctly. Yes, Talon.
The relics are technically usable as regular weapons if you bear any crest at all. But if you bear the corresponding crest, then it awakens their magical properties. The properties that have said that these relics were able to stop the attacks of beings more powerful than gods, or to carve mountains in two.
I see. Okay.
I do have a bunker.
So I mean, matching them, that's it just gets really complicated because, like I said, if you're not born with a crest, then you can't. There's nothing you can do. You can't use it. It's just it's a glorified paperweight.
But I bought it anyways.
Well, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. So, well, but then again, there's these people who are now making crests, which is just totally. I don't even know what to think of that. It's just I've been trying to process it for the past like week and a half or something like, or however long it's been. I can't even remember, and it's been
Pretty sure
I don't even know.
But we've got to find some kind of lead on where the rest of the people went, right? How recent was the talking between creepy dad and creepy cursed guys?
Oh, I mean, I know one person. I know and have talked to one person that would know that answer.
This will just kind of looks expectantly at Prosia. You read
Hold
the
on.
thing, right?
This was referring to the.
Yeah, she's basically asking like what the date was on the confirmation that he had betrayed them. Like how long ago was
Oh.
that?
There was no date.
Yeah, there was no date, but I'm trying to do math of something.
Okay.
I forgot how
I'm
old
refer-
Rosia is.
I'm
second.
referring to the father.
I mean, can we really go talk to that fucker and actually get any kind of information out of him?
As far as I know, I don't really see why he would have any reason to not tell us what happened.
I mean, I guess it's worth a shot. He likes you, right? Maybe you and Shifty can go in there and talk to him, figure shit out.
He
Spoopy and I will
likes
wait
what
outside.
he likes what I can provide, even if it is mediocre at best.
Then maybe it's worth talking to him.
That's what I mean. That's where I'm arriving at the moment.
The arm, and I'm assuming that's
Spooky, Shifty, your thoughts?
I'm trying to get information, Talon. I forgot what age did I say? Please, I wanted to say something.
Sorry, I don't remember. Yeah, I think that sounds right. What you just said.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
Because I was gonna speak a lot earlier, but like I could. I was like, is it this one? Okay. But yeah, like there's something off that I don't want to tip him off about this.
What would that be?
But
Something too very large.
this paper has no date on it of when he was betrayed, or when he betrayed them.
Yeah.
But
I mean, oh well, I guess that could mean that he it just happened.
I have reason to believe that it had to have been in the last six years.
Anything that you can share?
No.
I've seen those rooms before, but it doesn't make any sense.
You said the rooms, like
The one
Not any of the other deeper ones. The one that we went to towards the beginning.
like the entryway one, or the one with all the
Chambers?
blood.
There was a room that had like
yes, there was the first door that you guys went through, which was the door that Barkley had gone through when he first went there, opened into
I got caught in it.
opened into what was essentially a surgery room.
Mm-hmm.
That is what Prosia is talking about.
Yeah. But it was that room with that's akin to a surgery room, you know.
You were in the surgery room.
I
Or
was
one like
in the
it.
past.
How long ago?
Around 6 years.
Prosia, were you born with a crest?
I was. But the crest that I do have is not the same one I was born with.
Oh.
How the fuck did that happen then?
They go silent, looking away again.
I mean, Prosia, I feel like it would have been important information to know that you were there already.
Okay.
I mean, if you've got proof that they can make crests and give them to you somehow, then we know that they've already succeeded to some degree.
I mean, I've known about the ability to grant other crests. That's why I believed you, Barkley, when, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I wasn't allowed to tell anybody about what happened there. I haven't even told Travis. I haven't even told Travis that I have a crest.
But he doesn't know that?
He
I'm
probably
doing us a favor,
knows
alright?
now after
Who the
picking up
hell-
after I
Who
picked up
who
that
said
relic.
that out? Oh,
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
The next time I see
Why
But
would
that's-
you first?
But it's not anything that I was supposed to share. Of course I'm not going to share it with people I hardly knew. Especially when I'm having my own revelations at the same time.
I hope one of them is that your dad's a shit person.
Well, if in any regard, I can't imagine it was a pleasant experience. So, I apologize.
I mean, it wasn't, but I also knew going in beforehand that there was a possibility that I would die.
Fucking hell. Listen, I got a hit list going. Do you want to just, like, pop your dad's name on there real quick?
No, despite this whole thing. I just need to figure out what's going on here. And why, maybe understand why he's doing this, and things will make more sense, and everything can be right in the world again, and I won't be doubting him.
If you're looking for less reason to doubt, I don't think that learning more is going to give you that. But are you really happy with just staying ignorant to who he is?
I mean, do you really think I'm any better, though?
Maybe not right now, but you could be.
Maybe, but he's really all that I have to thank for the life that I do have. I am able to have. Otherwise, I'd just be in some prison, a lot worse than I was before.
Okay, but keeping your kid alive is kind of the bare minimum. He can still be a shit person even if he's, saved you or whatever.
Plus, you were born with a crest. I would assume you had some kind of pool. What? I mean, how'd you end up? How would you have ended up in a prison?
I think
I did not know that I was born with a crest. It wasn't until he had told me. But that the child. Sorry, I'm forgetting what the article that Barkley wrote was about, like how it was phrased. But those, murders from a long time ago that eventually stopped, but with no clear explanation. I was, the one behind that, and I was, a child.
Real fast. Talon.
Yes.
Well, yeah. How many years ago were those murders?
They
I
were
think 10.
yeah,
10
give or
years.
take 10 years ago.
Okay, all right.
Or they stopped around 10 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other.
Just so you understand, that wasn't me. I didn't write those articles.
But surely you knew about those.
Well, yes, I did. I knew about them. That's what I mean. I was talking to you about them. So, I mean, I knew about them. So,
But I was caught. I would have gone to prison if they hadn't brought me to Father.
right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Do you know we?
No, I mean like.
I feel like I'm prying at this point. Do you know where you came from?
Not in full confidence. I don't know who my parents were. I grew up in an orphanage.
Who the fuck would put a kid with a crest, born with a crest, into an orphanage? That's wild. I had never heard of that.
God damn, Shifty.
Can we figure out a different step forward? I don't want to divulge all of my secrets to you.
Oh, I mean, okay, we can knock that shit off, but I still think that your dad is probably our best lead forward. We know that he was working with these people, and he might still have some, I don't know, something that says where they went. Assuming it wasn't through those portals, which are, swimming now, so that's not an option.
I mean, if you got good lung capacity, we could still go down there. But I don't. I
Or
have no idea.
potions.
Or potions.
I
I
do work
Seeing
at a
as
potion shop.
You do.
I have to have some kind of form of identity up here.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. What were you gonna say, Div?
I thought it was Thistle
Did
that
you?
was
I
speaking.
thought. Oh, my bad. I thought I heard someone. I wasn't sure who.
If I was saying something, it's gone. That's okay.
Rip.
They've just kind of been staring, like, kind of at the floor, leaning against the counter next to Thistle, but it's just been staring at the floor, just listening to everything.
Oh. I mean. I don't know. I guess at the moment our only course of action is to go and talk to the father, but I don't really want to go back there right now. I'm beat. That was a bit more adventurous than I've had.
Well, then maybe we can spend the evening poring over these documents. Maybe they say something about I don't know, somewhere else.
Well, do either of you speak any of these other languages that I don't know? We got 3 from Elvish, 2 Infernal, 1 Common. I'm not entirely sure what else there is.
Do you lay out the documents for everyone to see?
Yeah.
Thistle, Div, do you two look?
Yeah, this will
Yeah,
be
Thistle
looking.
will look.
Oh, and whenever I start laying out the documents, I go over to the door and flip the close sign and then lock the door.
Okay. Div, you recognize a couple that are written in Dwarvish, the native language of the Empire. Thistle, what languages do you speak?
Let me double check. Common, Halfling, and Sylvan.
You do see one written in Sylvan.
Thistle will grab that and start reading it.
Okay. The one written in Sylvan is a single letter and seems to be a report.
The letter R.
It seems to be a report from someone from within the Feywild. The letter simply the letter starts off with, "I do not know who will be receiving this letter, nor when they will receive it. However," and goes on to explain that the prisoner has shown no signs of any consciousness in the last time is hard to keep track of here. They go on to explain by this point about 50 vials of the blood have been extracted from the prisoner. This should correspond to around 100 crests. These vials are being sent out to each experimentational facility. Hopefully you receive these within a reasonable amount of time. It does not say who the prisoner is. It does not give any title for the prisoner beyond just the prisoner. But the letter does then go on to say, attempting to avoid the wild hunt has been difficult. I may try and get in contact with their leader, the huntsmaster, and see if we can strike some sort of deal where they will leave me alone. The letter is signed, and that is where the Sylvan one ends.
Is the signature legible at all? Can she get out a name of any kind?
The signature does not appear to be... It's more of a kind of just fancy sigil as opposed to a name.
Okay. Got it.
Div. The two written in Dwarvish, each detail. One details a process of watching and keeping an eye on the Night Walkers, the criminal organization that lurks beneath Wusaw City and throughout the rest of the Empire, similar to the Shadow Children. You probably wouldn't know much about the Night Walkers, but Barkley and Prozia probably would know a decent bit. And would be able to give at least the amount of the explanation that I gave you.
Alright.
It says that they locating the territory or hideout of the Nightwalkers has been nigh impossible. And any prisoners they manage to take find ways to either escape or kill themselves before questioning. The other Dwarvish document simply is blah, 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 words. The second one is very short, and just simply reads, "He got away. He keeps getting away. He will not slip from our grasps again, I swear to you."
Yikers.
There is no date written on either of them.
Okay, sorry, what was the second part of, or what was the second one?
The second one was, he got away again. He will not slip from our grasps another time, I swear to you.
Thank you.
Well, looks like they were experimenting with things outside of the material plane, which I kind of guessed, given the portals. They mentioned something about taking blood from a prisoner that will correspond to a certain amount of crests. It sounds like they found something or someone whose blood is viable for making new things.
That was the, I believe the method that was used.
They're sending this from the Feywild, for sure. So is it only a Fey creature? Or have they found something else from the other place? The shadowy one, right?
The Shadowfell.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know that's probably where. I don't know if it's the same crest for all of them or what it is, but at least that method of using blood was the one that was used to make my crest.
So wait, do you have the same crest as that one that showed me his crest? Or her I can't remember who was it that showed me the crest?
I think it was a they, actually.
Mm.
Let me double check. Yes, it was a they.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you know what kind of crest they had?
It was
the crest of Prado.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same blood, but I don't have that one.
I see. Okay.
I honestly,
Well,
that's the thing. I'm not creative with names.
I don't know. There's a lot to think on right now. There's a lot of new information, old information that we need to piece together.
I thought you could only change the.
Still have a fucking article to make. Fucking hell.
Before you do, Newsboy, Dev's gonna pull out the wand again. Do you mind looking over
Oh.
this?
Yeah. Sorry, a lot of shit's been happening. My brain's kind of just going all over the place. Yeah, hand
I
here.
can understand that.
And I will. Well, I can't do ritual as a bard, right?
Not without the ritual caster feat, no.
Okay, I will.
I believe that is
just-
limited to wizards and artificers, but artificers might not even get that. It might
Then
just
I
be
will
wizards.
outright just cast Identify.
Okay.
Make it up.
You cast the Identify spell, and immediately learn the properties of this wand. It is simple, but useful. It enhances the power of spells cast by whoever is attuned to it. Mechanically, that translates to a +1 to attack rolls and spell save DC.
Oh shit!
It is a +1 wand of the War Mage.
Okay. Well, anybody, I mean, I know I use spells. Does anybody else use spells? I haven't seen anybody use any spells.
Can.
Magic isn't really my style.
Yeah, I figured.
All I've got primarily is
I should just buy the whole shop.
my fire.
Oh, so
From-
yeah, gotcha.
And you know, since
Well,
I probably get
Div, you want to flip for it?
You can hold on to it.
honestly from the front, it looks like a Chinese car.
All right, I'll take it. Could be useful. Let's see. What it was a +1.
I'm not
Wand of the War Mage.
Yeah, Wand of the War Mage. So you can go ahead and add that to your inventory. It should be accessible in D&D Beyond. If not, I should be able to add it for you.
I am going to look.
But yeah, it's just a +1 to spell attacks and spell save DC.
Ah, yep, I got it.
Hell yeah. I believe it is attunement. I don't actually. It's been a minute since I've looked at that item.
It
so.
is in fact a 2.
Okay, I was like 99% sure it was, but
That is
wasn't
so
100%. So
like out of light.
anyway,
So, are we staying here tonight?
You guys are welcome to. I just got one spare room. It's not anything fancy. Hasn't been cleaned in a couple years.
Appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, well, I haven't had any need for it, so.
Was that a part of the design?
I could go find an inn, though I might try to change up my appearance.
You're more than welcome to stay if you want to. I mean, it's free. It's not again, it's nothing fancy, but I mean,
I gotta follow it.
just saying. Anyways, I mean, I'm gonna go to bed. Or at least I'm gonna try. I got a lot to think about.
Yeah, I hear you. I'll find a spot on the floor somewhere.
I will say, it is the extra floor. The extra room is upstairs, so you can.
I'm not sleeping in a bed. What do you think I am,
No.
soft?
I never said you had to sleep in the bed. I just said the extra room is upstairs. You don't have to. You don't have to sleep down here if you don't. Oh well, I mean, it might be easier for you, I guess.
Not the biggest fan of stairs. If I can avoid it, I'll stay here.
I figured, yeah. Here, at the very least, take some this is gonna sound real fucking dumb, but take some newspapers at the very least, just to have something to lay on, I guess.
The area we're in is like a desert oasis thingy, right? Are there any sort of plants outside?
I get the style.
I'd imagine Barclay's Bad News is kind of towards the outer edge of the city. So the oasis itself does not really extend this far. It's mostly just desert at this point. You could, go deeper into the city towards the oasis at the center and grab some plants or something from there, but
Thistle
would
will
take some time.
begrudgingly accept the newspaper, though this is clearly second-class betting.
Div
It's
will
high quality paper, okay?
Div will just kind of push stuff around a bit and then kind of sit in a corner and just like lean against the wall.
Not like it's gonna be fucking.
Do you guys just want me to bring the bed down here? I could do that.
Told you, I'm not sleeping in a fucking bed. If you want to do that for spooky or shifty, then do your thing, but I've got my nest. Second class as it is.
Div will just kind of shake their head.
So I had a question. What is staff?
Fair enough, I guess. Prozia, you bound and determined on going to an inn.
Potentially. It's... I feel like I should be hiding. in a
Does this
sense.
not count as hiding? At least there's other people here to watch your back.
And not to mention, this ain't the most public places at the moment. I mean, it's closed. We're closed
But
for business.
The people that know about, transaction, if they see somebody, or, they see me, or they would know to look here.
I guess that's fair. Well, you're more than welcome to stay if you want. You're welcome to go. Whatever. I'm going to bed.
My.
Would I be able to ask for a change of clothes?
Hold on, David, where are you?
I might have something.
Are you doing something?
I'll go upstairs and look through one of the wardrobes.
Alright, well,
Yeah,
hold on.
you
See if I can.
probably got
Yeah.
a few spare.
Yeah, Barkley hasn't really bothered throwing any too much away.
I need to know what you're putting Prozia in.
Well, it's pretty plain stuff, to be honest. It's like kind of it's nothing. There's no fancy frills or anything. It's like mainly cotton. And the pants are a little scratchy.
Where is this pawn shop?
Prozia is fine with this.
No, not
They do have a very fancy coat, but they don't care that much when they take it off.
It's like a bulldog.
Just the coat though. You don't have to worry. And they'll take the clothes that you provided.
All right. Anybody else need anything?
Nah, I'm covered. Spooky?
No.
All right. Well, you know where to find me.
Thistle does the thing that dogs do where she's got to circle around in the bed for a little while and then she lays down.
Where exactly did Thistle make the nest?
She would have picked a corner. Preferably, she would try and position it so she could see, all windows and doors. But at the very least, something with her back to as many walls as possible.
Probably about an hour after Thistle actually lays down, Div will just kind of like shift over a bit and essentially go and sit beside Thistle.
Thistle will probably wake up just enough to recognize that there's someone at least semi-familiar close to her and shuffle a little closer.
Div will just kind of give little head pats before, like, quick little head pats, and then their hand immediately like goes back to himself.
We love to see it.
Little bits of affection. The thing that doesn't seem to like affection. I don't know.
I think because I am starting to feel very slow, and I know Chase was pretty tired, I think this would be a good place to call session as you guys find your respective places to stay the night.
I do have one little, like,
Okay.
detail.
Sure.
Prosia probably did change in, like, the spare, room.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna fucking snoop around.
No. Was not gonna snoop around. But it wasn't the clothes wasn't the only thing that they changed. Now I gotta decide what I'm making them look like. I'll make them look like a tiefling. Why not? For whoever would be awake or able to see it. Somehow, you know, Prosia's changed excuse me, sorry. Forms again. Looking like a more beat up tiefling than the, like, elegant half-elf that they were before. You know, the plain clothes complementing the new, less elegant look. And the whole time that you've been, you know, talking to Prosia, they had been wearing gloves. And you still think that they are unless you look a little bit closer, and you can just tell that their hands are completely black from what you can see, even lacking the gloves.
Spooky, spooky.
While leaving, Prosia will probably hand Thistle the coat that they had. I don't know, use it for your nest. Whatever.
Thistle, like, perks up halfway. Well, shit, you're not staying?
I mean, even if I have changed what I look like with a spell, if somebody were to suddenly, you know, spend the night at, you know, Bad News Barkley, they would probably be able to suspect it was me.
Alright, suit yourself. Do you want your coat back in the morning?
I would appreciate it, yes.
Noted. Thistle will incorporate it into her nest and absolutely get hair all over it.
We find out Prosia is allergic.
Allergic to foxes.
Div will latch the door behind Prosia as they leave.
We did it, gang. We trauma dumped. We almost drowned. It's going great.
It's
Let's
going
fucking go!
At least
I'm gonna have
we
to
know.
fucking watch the video so then I can get my notes better.
And
I literally have a note because I was having a real hard time focusing. I have a note that says, "Oh fuck, I just zoned the fuck out. We're talking about Crest and I don't know what's going on."
I think we were all off our game. Like it was.
Yeah.
I am fucking beat.
Mm-hmm. So,
Oh man.
so thank you guys for coming, both viewers and players. And I'll see you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.